What's going on, everybody? It is David Palmer, Leo King, and welcome to High Vibe, my daily show where I want to address the negative but always embrace the positive. Thanks so much for being here with me today on this beautiful Friday, March the 9th of 2018. Thanks so much for being here, and thank you for sharing these videos. I truly appreciate it. And today's daily thought is about always doing the right thing. When we always do the right thing, and what is the right thing actually, if we step back for a second, the right thing is doing things that are positive, things that are going to do better for not only our lives, but for other people. Doing the wrong thing, we have an internal radar where it just feels like we shouldn't go down that road. If you want to manifest a positive life and a good life, there's an internal radar that says this is the right thing to do. And I'm going to do this. And then there's an internal radar that goes, I don't know if I should do that. And we have to learn to listen to that internal radar. Sure, it's a little bit kind of like the angel and the devil that talk to us on our ears. But if you want your life to continue to go forward and to continue blossoming and to continue having a great aspect, and no matter what you're doing in your life, you're always going to get to crossroads where it's like, there's a wrong road here, there's a right road here. Now, there could be millions of debates about what is right, what is wrong, and there's court systems for that, right? And there's judges and there's lawyers, and they battle over what's right and wrong. But there is a spiritual right and wrong that doesn't take a judge. It's a knowing that this is positive, that this is good, that this feels good, that it comes from the heart. Or is this negative? Is it dark? Does it not feel good? Does it feel like it's pulling away from who you are? And that's what I want to talk about today. Pulling yourself away from who you are can be as simple as, being asked to go do something that you don't want to do. Being asked to join in a conversation and talk crap on somebody that doesn't feel right. Doing the right thing is backing away and going, I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to go and be me. Or, when you're at that party and everybody's all messed up and everybody starts to get real weird and you realize, you know what? It's time for me to go home. It's time for me to stay in my alignment and what's positive for me. I think that's extremely important because even though it might sound like a very simple thing to do, to be honest with you, it is these little things that matter that get us off our course, and then once we're off our course, they lead us on a road that becomes harder and harder to get back on the more positive course in our life. And I think it's very important for us to make sure that that internal radar is not good or bad. It is this me or is this not me? And I could use a million examples, and I really don't have to, because we all know when something doesn't feel like it's us, we feel it. It feels alien to us. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. And you know what? At the end of the day, we get sucked in, and then it takes us away, and then it turns into a waste of our energy, a waste of our day, and really I think, we can learn great lessons from it. So there is no right or wrong, like you're a bad person because you went against the road that's normally yourself. Sometimes, I'll be honest, there's moments in life that we learn these lessons that makes us grow and makes us better. So, it is those moments that we have to take those negatives when we get off track from ourselves that actually helps us remember and see who we are. And that's the whole thing about, positive and negative, is we do learn from the negative. We do learn from going away from ourselves to know who we truly are. And I think that it's important for us if we use that gauge, and say, you know what, that's just not me. Maybe we got to have it spiritually tattooed. Is this me or is this not me? And if it is you, then boom, jump into it. If this is not you, maybe you want to take a little bit more time to process it before you jump into it at full throttle. Now let's go to my story of the day. Today's story of the day is about when I have been put in positions where I didn't do exactly what I feel is myself, and where I got caught up into situations to where that's not me. This goes back to high school. And I was with a buddy, and we were always getting into things, whether they were good or bad or ugly, whatever. And we just so happened to be in a parking lot of a grocery store. And my buddy just got in I don't know, either she dumped him or he dumped her, who cares, whatever the fact was, the relationship broke up. And long story short, he was not happy with his ex-girlfriend anymore. And he wanted to somewhat, I don't know, get back at her. So he tried to rally all of us up. And what did he do? He tried to rally us all up to egg her car. Now, I'm not one for egging, just to be honest with you. I just don't think it's right. It just didn't feel right. But he was also my ride home. And this is where I'm going to show you on how we get caught up in doing the wrong thing or not being ourselves because we put excuses or fears, or we go, well, I'm already here and maybe this is my only way home. I probably at that moment when I felt like I didn't want to egg her car should have just like went to the payphone. This is back before cell phones. Just gone to the payphone and 1-800-collect my mom and said, when it said collect call from, and I'd say, pick me up at the Albertsons off Warner, and then hung up. That's how I used to do it with my mom. Before I got my cell phone, right? I used to have a pager though, so I'd page my mom, and long story short though, I should have done that. Instead though, I ended up in that grocery store. Went down the aisle, we bought a bunch of eggs, went out to that car and egged that car. Laughed our asses off, went into the car, and I felt horrible. It just didn't feel right, it didn't feel like me. Thought I got away with it, but this was 2001, 2000, somewhere in there, and guess what? There were something called cameras that were just installed at this place, and it was a newer grocery store, and we got caught. Next day, police showed up at school, pulled me out of class. I was up at the assistant principal's office and getting reamed and literally getting ready to be charged with vandalism and a bunch of crazy stuff. Now, it was a very, very horrible moment for me because not only did I feel like I wasn't me, but I did something negative to somebody else. I hurt somebody in their life and hurt somebody in their things, and you know, it was the worst feeling in the world, and I didn't want to be known as that kind of person to my family and to my friends, and especially because I was also in sports, and I take my sports seriously, and I was the captain of the water polo team for the varsity team. I was, you know, in varsity volleyball, and I was, you know, we were really good. We went to playoffs and stuff, so it wasn't like I wanted to be the kind of person who, long story short, was that guy. So after a lot of negotiation, after talking with the cops and going through it all and saying I'm sorry, I had to do 20 hours of community service. And that 20 hours of community service ended me up at the Lupus Foundation, and I had no idea what lupus was. And when I found out what lupus was, I was blown away because I didn't realize how serious the disease was and how it affected so many people in their lives. And that 20 hours there changed me. So I'm here to tell you that we can avoid going through bad decisions and bad roads by knowing, is this us or not us? But even when we do choose the wrong road, the universe and God somehow finds a way for us to find always a positive road again. And in that new positive road, I did my community service. I learned a lot about lupus. I met some great people. And it changed me forever. It left a new mark on me. It made me realize if this isn't me, I'm not going to do it anymore. Now, granted, I was about 16 years old, and there were other things I did in the future that still were not me in different situations though. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, you got to realize that when you're dealing with this kind of energy, it's going to morph into different vibrations. It's going to morph into different zones. It's not going to just be a one-size-fits-all. Is this me or not me? And I've mastered it completely. We're going to go through this for the rest of our lives. And I think that story really, to me, always hits me about, is this me or not me? When people ask me to do things or go places or do things that I don't want to do. You know, I've been in the DJ scene, I don't know, since I've been a raver since I was 17. So even as a DJ today, people come up to me all the time and ask me, you want to do a bunch of these drugs? You want to get drunk? You want to do this? I haven't been on alcohol for over 2.5 years, and I'm not one to just take drugs at a club anymore. So, you know, it's like, I get surrounded by, is this me or not me all the time? And it's very hard, especially because as a DJ and as somebody who's, you know, at an event, when the promoter comes up to you and wants, you know, they just spent like $2,000 on a bottle of alcohol and they're like, here, and they're pushing it in your face, and it's like, it's almost kind of like a disrespectful thing. I still hold my line on this is me. No, it's cool, it's all right. You got some Sprite, or you got some pineapple juice? I love to mix pineapple juice and Sprite. Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite drinks. So I'll just pineapple juice and Sprite, and people think I'm drinking vodka and pineapple juice all night long, and it's so funny to see how people really think people don't realize, and this is a whole nother subject, people don't realize that, you know, just holding a drink up makes people think you're drinking. Like, people are not really aware of what you're doing in your life. All you got to do is own yourself, and when you do, things seem to go that much better. I don't know if you know, but every day I do a daily horoscope on my app and website, futurelife.tv, or check out Future Life in the App Store, where I do daily horoscopes, weekly horoscopes, sun sign horoscope videos daily, and we also have 11 other practitioners on there, from lifestyle, health and wellness, tarot card readers, astrologers, everything. You're going to want to check it out. 7-day free trial. Check it out now, futurelife.tv. We'll be right back after this commercial message. Hi, Grandma. How are you? Oh, I'm doing good. No, I'm eating really healthy right now in my life. Lots and lots of vegetables. Yeah, and potatoes too. You know, they're vegetables, aren't they? Yeah. No, I'm eating healthy. I feel really good. Yeah, I'm in shape too. Oh, my relationship, Grandma? Oh, it's going great. We're really connected right now. No, I mean, the love's there. She's no, lots of attention. We really have really interesting conversations too. No, yeah, don't worry about me, Grandma. It's going good. Oh, my dreams. You know, you don't have to worry about my dreams. They're always coming true. Yeah, financially, everything's going good. I've got everything I want, the job I want. Yeah, everything's going good there. Future Life? What's that, Grandma? I know, I'll follow your advice. What is it? It's a new app? I'll check it out. Future Life.
Future Life. Wake up to your future like you've never seen before.
Welcome back to High Life TV. I'm super excited to have you back here. I forgot to do the pump up section. High vibe is something that I want to always bring, and that pump up section is what I always want to bring. And I want to tell you this: just be you. And I know that it might sound like this whole week was all about that, and you know what? Maybe every day I'm going to come up with you and bump you up just to be you. Because being on a high vibe, and I think I even said just high life just a second ago, whether it's high life or high vibe, you've got to live on that higher vibration, and the only way to do that is by being you. And the way that you can pump yourself up every day is do that. Everywhere you go, if it's you, do it. If somebody tells you, oh, try this or do this, and it's not you, be like, nah, I'm cool, and own that. And I guarantee you, things will just start moving in the right direction. You'll be freaked out. You'll be like, oh my gosh, how's this actually working for me? Now, we're going to move to that challenge of the day. Ooh. Today's challenge of the day is, I want you to start to think about everything in your life that made you feel like you were not in alignment with yourself. Think of those old past stories that didn't go the way that you want to. And try and find out and remember what was the positive that came out of that. Because no matter which direction we go, negative, positive, everything will always turn right back around to the positive. There will always be an open door. Today, if something goes wrong, just like whatever happened in your past that didn't go right, I guarantee you there will be a beautiful doorway to a positive road right in front of you. And that is your challenge today and through this weekend, to find the doors when a negative one shows up, and to realize that that negative door is to show you another positive door always. Don't ever feel guilty for choosing the wrong door. There is no such thing. There is only, in the moment, choosing positive. And that sometimes life happens, and sometimes karma, fate, whatever you want to call it, things happen. But there will always be an open door somewhere. I want you to find it this weekend. And I actually dare you to count how many doors. I guarantee you that you will see through your whole day that there are more positive doors than negative doors every day. It's whether we choose to go walk down that negative door and continue to see negative doors. So this will be a good test for you today and through the weekend, because what this really is you seeing if you're going down more negative doors than positive doors. And I dare you to count. And I bet you will lose count of how many positive doors are showing up in your life every day. Now, my closing thoughts, it was a good week. And I think that all of us need to really realize we're lovely, beautiful, amazing souls. And we come into this world with a positive door, life. If we choose to look at it negative from the beginning, it will end up that way. But every second, every breath of your life is an opportunity to open up that positive door and start your whole life all over again with positivity. Every second, every breath. So take a breath this weekend. And remember, it's a new day. It's a new life. It's a new moment. And it's a new opportunity for a new positive doorway to open in your life today. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being a part of High Vibe TV. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for always being here and sharing the videos. I couldn't do this without you. So please check us out on Facebook, High Vibe TV, and follow me on Facebook, The Leo King, or find me on Instagram, The Leo Kingdom. Thanks so much for all your support. I can't wait to see you after this weekend on Monday, and I'll see you then.